Hi guys, this is your teacher Abusaad. I'm trying to give you some instruction. Today lesson is going to be Pythagorean theory. Pythagorean theory works only with right triangle, as you see, with triangle that is 90 degrees only. Now we're trying to find C, the long side we call it, or we call it sometimes diagonal. As you see, we have to use a formula for that, which is c squared equal a squared plus b squared. That's the Pythagorean theory formula. So to use this one, we need to see which one is the long side, which one is C. It don't matter about A. You can call this A, or you can call this A, or you can call this B and this B. It don't matter. The main thing is C, which is the long side. It's always across from that box, and it is the diagonal. To find that line, we use the formula. So to use the formula, c squared is going to be equal to 10 squared plus 8 squared. You're going to tell me that you don't have a calculator. How do I find 10 squared? 10 squared is 10 times 10. To square the number, you multiply it by itself. Same thing as 8 squared, which is 8 times 8. You don't need a calculator, scientific calculator. You need you can use your phone to calculator to multiply the numbers. So 10 times 10 is 100. 8 times 8 is 64. You add them up, it's 164. The last step to find C, because this is only C squared. To find C, you need to take the square root of 164. And if you take the square root of 164, you're going to get 12.8. 12.8 inches, that's the length of C, the diagonal. And that's the first case. Now we have another situation where we have the long side is given, the diagonal or the C is given, and we need to find the leg, what we call it, or the other side, A or B, like we said. So in this case, we subtract. We use the same formula, c squared equal a squared plus b squared. But this time, since we have the long side, we're gonna subtract. So we gonna call this A. To find A, you use a squared equal to c squared, which is the 15 squared. And now we're gonna subtract since we have the long side given. So 15 squared minus 8 squared. And like I said, you don't have to have a scientific calculator to do that. 15 times 15, you can do that. And you can do 8 times 8 and find your answer. And if we do that, we have, this is gonna be 161. And then to find A, you simply take the square root of 161. And if you do that, you're gonna get 12.69 inches. That's the length of that side, A. So it's always less than the long side. That's the second case. Okay, now we have a word problem. It says the width of a rectangle is 6 feet and the diagonal length of the rectangle is 15 feet. What is the measurement of the length of this rectangle? So in order for us to solve this, we need to draft that rectangle. This is my rectangle. They're saying that we have the width of the rectangle 6 feet. So this is 6 feet. And they need the length of the rectangle, and they're giving us diagonal, and we say diagonal means that it is the line that crosses and cuts it in half. So now we have a right triangle. When this is the diagonal is the long side. This is what they want C. So we can regraph it in here and see what they want. We have this, that's the width, we have it as 6 feet. They need the length, they're giving us the diagonal, which is C, which is 15 feet. Now the long side is given. In this case, what we do, we subtract. So we use the same formula, which is the Pythagorean formula, C squared equal A squared plus B squared. And in this case, we go into subtract from the C. So we have, let's call it A squared, that's what we want. A squared equal to the long side, which is 15 squared, minus 6 squared. And like I said, we don't need a fancy calculator. You can do that yourself. 15 times 15 equal 6 times 6 equal, and you can find those sides. And if you do that, you're going to come up with 189. The 189, that's the A squared, but in this case we need A only. To find A, you're going to take the square root of 189. And if you take the square root of 189, you're going to come up with 13.74. 13.74 feet. That's the length of this rectangle. Thank you very much, and I hope this will help you to solve the problems that I'm going to give you on your next assignment. Please watch the video and make sure that you concentrate on those 3 cases that I gave you.